Hey, what's up, y'all? Man, I just got back from taking my kids to school, and I just really wanted to sit down and talk to y'all for a minute with everything that's going on. Bro, I get it. I get it. How in, if you don't mind me, I'm going to speak a little candidly. How the hell half of us saw right through the bullshit, and now we in the bullshit? You feel me? That's a hard pill to swallow, man. Once again, before we go off, Xing off family members, getting divorces, uh, breaking up families, all over an election. Let's calm down and actually talk about what happened. Look, man, all of us got duped. Republican, Democrat, Independent, we all got duped, man. And it's okay. It's okay because pretty much at the end of the day, regardless of what side you voted for, that's their job. But the issue that I have is the disrespect. And it's not everyone. Let me go ahead and start with this. Not all Trump supporters are racist. Not all Democrats are racist. However, most racists are Trump supporters. And there are a lot of racists that are still Democrats. Look, here's the thing about history. If you control history, you control what the narrative. You have control over what is said. You have control over knowledge. That right there is power over a nation. So, black people, yes, yes, and yes. The Republicans were the party of the slaves. Thus, my great grandparents were slaves. And seeing that the Republican Party was a party that freed them, it was all for it. But once again, during that time, the Civil War, the American Civil War, where the slaves were freed, racism was there rampant, even then, on both sides. Oh man, the party merged for the next generation. That would be my grandparents. During that time, black people were starting to actually get on equal planes. Black people started to get power. You know what they did? They automatically went over there and started destroying those cities. Black Wall Street. Then you go to my mother's generation. Okay. Well, we're going to have to give them something. So let's make them equal but separate. It was a ruse because you had all these black entrepreneur, black businessmen that were making these deals to promote a propagandist message that was being pushed by white supremacists, by Southern sympathizers to garner the black vote. Well, they had to change their tactics again. And in changing their tactics, they had to make a party once again demonized. So there is where we come with the mass incarceration of black men. So what party do we run to then? Clinton got a lot of the black votes, and that right there was really a notable party change. All that to say this, man. We got to understand what the true enemy is. The enemy is not us. The enemy is not your sister, your brother, your mother, your auntie. No, it's not any of that. There was the same tactics that was used to usher in the Civil War anyway. Separation and division. That has always been the Achilles of America. That has never been the soul of America. Look, I'm one of you guys. I ain't nobody. But I would ask that you actually reach out and maybe take a look at what some of the other people outside of America is really looking and seeing us as being. And let me tell you, it's not good. I'm going to go ahead and put a face on it. Here's the play. White supremacists, well, actually, let me go ahead and just back it up. Look, it's all about money and land. White supremacists want America. With control of America, they are making a play for Mexico. Antagonize Mexico by saying, hey, look, the people that are here are a bad reflection of the nation that you are. Remember, Puerto Rico was trash, garbage. Look, did we forget what he did during his first administration? When it was his duty and obligation to help the people of Puerto Rico after that devastating hurricane. He thought it'd be funny and that it will be enough to send them toilet tissue. Come on, man. That's what happens when you control the narrative. That's what happens when you forget. Yeah, he's a con man. And damn, he is good. I never thought that he would be so good, bruh. Never seen anything like it in my life. I'm trying to stay on track, guys, because I'm trying to not be emotional. And that's the thing, man. That's it. Emotions. Emotions of a country that we have had for generations and no one's talked about. Emotions of a country that we have allowed these unsavory characters, a few, to come in and run rampant, not only in our political arenas, but our homes, our everyday lives. We have unknowingly and unwittingly allowed their hatred and division to seep into us. Look, I know it's still fresh. I get it. But we're better than this. So here's what I'm going to say. Me being a nobody, I'm taking a message to you for all of those unsavory characters that's on YouTube, those influencers that look like me, but yet you're doing nothing but spilling the message of hate and division, all for a YouTube paycheck. Look, I understand. No one ain't going to be sitting over here looking for me for the truth. but it's not going to stop me. Because my motivation is not for money. My motivation is strictly to ensure that we're all educated, that we all know. And I would implore anyone else that's like me, a regular person that just got done taking his kids to school, a regular person that just like that 4-star general who put it all on the line to tell us the truth about the inner workings of Trump and his first administration. I too am a military vet, retired, proudly served my country. Tours in Iraq, both Air Force and Army, countless TDYs. Yeah. I am one of you. Look, it's the holiday season. No one needs to be alone. A lot of stuff is about to come out. And right now, we all need to get together because this BRICS thing is real. Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa have been making moves since around 2016-17, and if you do the math, who was the president around then? To undermine the American dollar since then. While we have been distracted with division, hate, crowd sizes, the American dollar is about to be demonetized. So listen, all of those YouTubers that think it's funny to be a part of the propaganda machine that's going on right now, all those clicks, views, comments, shares, likes ain't gonna mean shit if the American dollar is less than a Mexican peso. Hey, here's a word of advice. You might want to go ahead and get on these Bitcoins that has Elon's name all over it. And the moment that you see him sell, go ahead and sell off. Because right now, as of about 1, 2 o'clock this morning, because I'm up working, Bitcoin that Elon has a hand in as the world's richest man who now has influence and a direct connection to the President of the United States, regardless of where you move his office, regardless of what pretend title you give him. The same thing that Elon did after he bomb rushed the stage and got a seat right at Trump's campaign table. You don't think that he's on the phone with? Of course he's on the phone with him, because guess who was on the line with Vladimir Putin and Zelensky? Hey, guess who has been having phone conversations with Russia during the election and even before that? The same man who bought Twitter and who was pushing all of the evil, uncredible, unrelatable news that we all fed into every single day. They're eating the pets. They're eating the dogs. All of the racial innuendos. I mean, come on. You got this dude that's sitting over here basically making fun of an entire race of people. And we call that cool. Because for years we have been so made normal. We forgot how to have conversations. We forgot how to listen to one another. I'm one of you. My perception of what I'm going through is very real. And I'm not going to discredit your perception of what you are going through. So let's come to the table. Talk about it. Get an understanding. Because in the middle is always going to be a better way. Hey, I'm one of you guys. Trump, MAGA, Democrats, Republicans, Kamala, Biden, whoever's in president next, Congress, House of Representatives. Wait. The Supreme Court. Before I get off over here, let me go ahead and make mention. Hey, look, I'm from the South, all right? Marjorie Taylor Greene. 1775, there was a flag. Don't tread on us. A flag of the yellow, black, brown, and the rattlesnake. That flag was raised during the Revolutionary War as a symbol of rebellion. That same symbol was adopted and perverted by Southern sympathizers, the KKK, upon the defeat of the South. That symbol was used once again as a symbol of rebellion. But let me tell you, that symbol was a symbol that was flown alongside of another symbol, the Confederate flag, by men who wore white robes and hoods that terrorized black communities during the time of my great-grandmother as a freed slave, newly freed slave, during the time of my grandparents, descendants of newly freed slaves, during the time of my parents having to grow up during the Jim Crow separate but equal era, during the time of myself, a product, a survivor of the mass incarceration of black men. And now, living in a time of my kids, my sons, where they have to live in fear of the police shooting and killing them, all because they said in the name of Jesus. Hey, black people, how dare we act like we're better than any of these immigrants when we too are immigrants. Not only are we immigrants, we're immigrants that was forced. If anyone knows, we know. The way that you fight hate is with love, understanding. Let's start talking and understanding one another to see if we can find a better way. It's not going to stop. I'm working.